Hey, what's up, you guys? Stellan over here for Life in the Stellosphere. I am not even going to use my cards. I have 2 oracle decks that I've been reading from lately. I'm not even going to use them. This one was so heavy on my heart and so clear in my conscience that I'm just going to speak freely from the heart. And whenever I speak about things, sure, sometimes they're about me, but sometimes it's just about me from like years ago, and it's like things that I'm processing now. Not necessarily for the first time, but maybe in a different way. And I want to talk to you about trust and rebuilding relationships. You cannot rebuild trust with someone that you never built in the first place. You're approaching it wrong if you think that you could come back to someone and say, hey, I love you. That should be enough for us to go forward. It is not enough. And because your definition and capacity to love is different from the other person's capacity to love, right? We all come from different backgrounds, different marital situations, different parental situations. Some were raised by their grandmother, some were raised by their mother. Some people lost their mother early, some people lost their father early. For me, I lost my father early. So I had a lot of daddy issues, I guess you could say, where I chased older men because I thought that they were like more mature and they had made up their mind about what they wanted and they knew themselves better. So was I wrong? Listen, most people are not doing the work internally, okay? Going within, and I don't mean going within as an excuse to shut people out either. I'm talking about genuinely going within and doing the actual work it takes to heal past traumas, your insecurities, your inferiority, complexes, syndromes, whatever your narcissistic tendencies, your toxic ways, because let me tell you something about energy real quick. If you watched Michael, there was a statement that Michael made when he was doing his thing, and he was like, there was a sense of urgency with him, which is his passion, to get something done a certain way within a certain time frame once it hit him. Because when something hits you, energy, an idea, ideas are energy. That means an idea to be with someone, an idea to go after a job, an idea to go try a new career, an idea to start a business. When you don't act on that idea in that moment, that energy shifts and it's given to someone else. So Michael had this statement where he said, I want to know, I have to do this now. And so whoever he was talking to, his brother or sister, I think it might have been Reba or somebody, and she was like, why? Why such, why you're in such a hurry? And he was like, because I don't want God to give the idea to Prince. You guys need to think about that. When you don't go after what you want, your idea, whether it's the ideal life, the ideal relationship, the ideal career, the ideal car, the ideal bike, the ideal shoe, whatever it is that you want, if you do not go after it with fervent, almost desperation. Because think about it, when you have a dream or a passion towards something, if you don't desperately want that thing, whatever it is, why would it come to you? You don't really want me? You're like, And I don't mean to act with desperation, but I mean to act passionately towards your goals. And that passion could be laid back passion, but it's passion nonetheless. It's you making up in your mind, oh no, this is it. This is what I want, Spirit. This is what I want, law of the universe. This is what I want. And from that moment forward, when you decide this is what you want, your energy should shift 100% in that direction. That's what I mean about the desperation. Like, I want this so bad that my every thought from here on out, my every action from here on out is going to support this thing, that person, that shoe, that job, whatever it is that I want. My action from that moment forward is going to be to get that thing. I will stop at nothing. I will have it. It is mine. If you can't think that way about something or someone or somewhere or somehow or somewhat, you don't really want it. And then when you move forward, if you move forward with the slightest bit of hesitation, you don't want it. You're straddling the fence. You've not truly decided yet. And the universe knows that. And it's going to take that idea, that person, that purse, that shoe, that job, that whatever, it's going to give it to Prince. It's going to give it to somebody else who really wants it. And people are like, oh, this person is, I'm going to use love for an example. Well, this person is meant for me. It can't end. They're supposed to be with me. Sweetheart. If I could slap you, I would right now, because you're being stupid. Because there is a such thing as free will. Just like when you think something is meant for you and then you don't move toward it, you are using your free will to drag your feet. And honey, if you think that thing or that person, that job or that whatever, that career goal is going to sit and wait for you forever, you are sadly mistaken. That is not how the laws of the universe works. Again, don't get me wrong, but those are people who are determined to get you wrong will still get it wrong because they don't want to hear it. They don't want it. They're not convinced yet that that's what it is. It's like, oh no, it's not me. This person just won't give me this. They won't give me that. They won't be patient. They won't do this. They won't do that. How can someone be patient with something they don't know about? It's like asking someone to listen to you behind closed doors. You go in a room and you shut everybody out, and then you're like, why won't anybody listen to me? Because you're not saying anything. Meaning, you could be using words, but nothing coming out of your mouth sounds like truth because people know you. People know that you're a drag your feet. You're not a doer. You're a talker. You're talking a good game. Oh, you know, I saw this video the other day where we were talking about relationships, and a guy was talking about telling women, never listen to a man when he says, I can see you in my future. Because what the fuck does that even mean? Well, I can see you there. Yeah, I can see myself as a billionaire. But will it happen if I'm not doing the work? No, the fuck it won't. So you can tell everybody all you want. I can see this happening. I can see this in my dreams. I don't give a fuck about what you see. What are you doing? What are you doing to get there? Okay? I have always had a desire to be a comedian. You know, and people are like, oh, well, you didn't go good on stage. It is not the only fucking way. Get out of your own head and out of your own way. Okay? There's more than one way to skin a cat. Will I eventually go to stage? Yes, the fuck I will. I've done it before. I've done it here in North Carolina. I've done it in Georgia. I just don't tell everybody everything because people run their mouth because they think they know every fucking thing about someone else's dream. You don't know shit. And you don't know me. I'm a fucking Virgo. I go for everything I want with fervent passion. Not desperation, but with passion, which is why things unfold in my life the way that they do. Do I get everything I want all the time? No, you idiot, I don't. And the reason for that is because there's a higher power that can see some shit that I can't see. So I may be desiring this thing or this person, but that thing or that person may not be good for me. And when that happens, shit keeps coming up. You're going to keep dealing with the same energy over and over until you decide, enough. I have had enough. I've had enough of not knowing, not understanding, not seeing results. But you have to do the work yourself. But as it relates to a relationship, you can't do that work on your own. If a person is not meeting you, okay, all the way, I'm not talking about halfway, because to me that's half-assed. I'm meeting you with my whole self. If I want you, I desire you, and I'm trying to make this work or not make it work, or I would like for it to work, then I am meeting you with my whole self. And if you're with someone who's holding back in any way, shape, form, or fashion, they are not meeting you with their whole self. They are still tightly wound up and saying, oh, I want you, but only if you do this, or if you act this way, or if you say this way, or they put these stipulations on every little thing so that they can hold back from you more. Oh, well, she didn't do this, or he didn't do that, or he didn't, I don't know. You don't know. So go figure it the fuck out. Because nobody wants a double-minded person. Look it up. There's a biblical term for that. Look it up. I'll be back with part 2. Okay, I am back for part 2. So I started off saying that it was heavy on my heart and it was about trust, and then I kind of veered off. But it was all like relative to the same information. And I was starting off by saying you cannot build trust with someone that you cannot walk into something trying to fix something that you broke and trying to rebuild trust that you never built in the first place. Okay? So I started it there. And I was talking about relationships. But it also, everything kind of goes together. How you handle your life in other ways is how you handle your life in all ways. So if you constantly make excuses for why you can't do something, or why you don't have time, or oh, I've just been so busy, you're not understanding that you're in a rut. You're using these things as excuses to slow yourself down, to I just need to get a grip, I gotta, you feel unstable and you're like trying to stabilize yourself, so you're trying to buy yourself some time when time is relative. Time is a construct. There is no time other than now. So if you're not willing to show up now, then someone shouldn't wait around for you. Because what are they waiting for? For you to make up your mind, for you to see their value, for you to see the importance of including them or talking to them or building trust with them. And you put up walls and you put up barriers. And here, I'm gonna give you the cycle. You put up all these walls, these barriers. You're talking with your friends, whether it's female friends or male friends. You got your homeboys, your girlfriends, your sisters, your cousins, your aunties, whomever that you're, bitching and moaning about your life with. And why isn't, I've done the work. No, you haven't. Because if you had, you'd see the results. Simple as that. You're not doing the work properly. Maybe that's what it is. You might think that you're doing some work, but you may not be doing the work that you need to be doing. Okay? Internal work is a motherfucker. It's hard. It's a lot. Yes, it is time consuming. And it's especially time consuming when you don't take the time when you are asked to by spirit. The law of the universe. Okay? So what comes up must come down. Okay, so what you put in is what you get out. So if your life is not showing the balance that it needs to show, it's because you are not balanced within yourself. Because you're still chasing after some ideal that actually is not healthy for you. And it could be the people that you're around. People say all the time you are only as successful as the people around you. And if people around you are constantly drinking, smoking, hanging out, low vibrational, doing nothing, not making good decisions, they're just kind of like floating through life like, I don't give a fuck. Life is what it is. Hey, okay, I'm just dealing with shit. Okay, well, then eventually that shit's going to rub off on you. And I refuse myself, I refuse to hang around low vibrational people who don't want nothing. I'm not going to hang out with you as a friend. I'm not going to keep you as a boyfriend. I'm not going to do it because that's not who I am. And I'm not about to let your low vibrational shit rub off on me. Because the more you're around people like that, you start to get caught up in their chaotic life. And some people thrive on chaos. They don't feel comfortable unless they're in some shit that they gotta figure out. I just need to sit, be quiet, and figure it out. No, you need to get your shit together and go work and go do the thing. Whatever the fucking thing is, you need to get up off your lazy, emotionally unavailable ass and go do it. Go fix your shit. And be for real about it. Be adamant about that shit. Like, here's my plan. This is what I'm going to do every fucking day. This is what I'm going to say to myself every day. This is how I'm going to feel every day. I am going to trust the right people. I'm going to listen to the right people. I'm going to listen to my person. I'm going to listen to my boss. I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to respect my body. I'm not going to give myself away to a bunch of different people while I'm in this state, because I am allowing their garbage to permeate my life. And I'm turning my garbage into more garbage. And it's just going to compound. Okay? You're compounding your own shit. And then when you wallow in your shit, you're like, I don't understand why life isn't going my way. It's not going your way because you don't want it to. Because if you wanted it to, it would be going your fucking way. Yeah, I said fucking. That's me. I am showing up as my authentic self. If it pisses you off, get the fuck off my channel. I only have 173 subscribers. I had 174, so somebody didn't like my attitude. Oh, I don't care. I am not here for you. I'm not here for any of the bullshit, especially not anymore. I am done holding back. I'm done holding myself back from what I want, from who I want, even if it's nobody. Whatever. That's my fucking business. Who I want, if I want one, if I want two, if I want five, if I want a team, whatever the fuck I decide, that's what I'm going to do. Because here's the thing. If I've ever been in someone's life, I showed up. I showed up, and I showed up 100%. Now, if they did not do the work to keep me there or keep me interested, that's not my problem. And let me talk about that for a minute. People will expect you to be patient with them through their bullshit, no matter what it takes from you, okay? From you. Because you need to understand that it most definitely takes something from another person to sit down and watch another person they care about spiral and fuck up their life. And then they want you to be patient with them. Through what? Through you making constant bad decisions? Through you constantly fucking over yourself and other people? Like, what do you want from someone that, you know what, you're not even giving it to yourself? You're not even being there for you. Why should I? Why should someone else? Why should anybody? Why should anybody see you through the garbage that you brought on yourself? And I've been in relationships before where they'll tell you, oh, it's not you. I know it ain't me, but it don't help, because I am now collateral damage. I am now a byproduct of your bullshit, because you're not man enough or in any case woman enough to go handle your shit on your own and risk losing people in the process. You want to hold on to the low vibrational people, but the high vibrational people in your life that expect more out of you and tell you the truth, those people you want to disrespect. Those are the people you don't want to be honest with. Those are the people you don't want to include in your day-to-day goings on. Those are the people you don't want to say I'm sorry to. Those are the people that you don't want to say I'm not going to do better. I am doing better. Going to is just a fucking excuse. It's another excuse to buy time. I'm gonna do it. When? Just like a child. You're a child. When you tell a kid, they'll challenge you. They test you. Kids, okay? Let me give you an example. You're looking at your kid. You see their socks on the floor. You told them to pick it up. Pick them up. And they're looking at you. That's the test. They're staring at you like, how much can I get away with mommy? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And they act all bothered. And you're standing there like, the socks are still there. They're still fucking there. When are you gonna do it? Because you're saying it, but you're not moving. That person is trying to challenge you because that's a stubborn little fucking bastard. It's a stubborn little motherfucker. And that stubborn motherfucker on your shoulder that's telling you to fight everybody and push everybody away because they're trying to control you. Nobody's trying to control you. Wake the fuck up. They're trying to tell you you need to get some control of yourself and be responsible. Pick your shit up off the floor without someone having to tell you, because that is childish ass fucking behavior. For someone to come and have to tell you how to act or how to respond or how to have a decent conversation with them, you're a child. Somewhere in there is a child throwing a tantrum and saying, no, I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do. I am an individual. I am independent. You sound stupid. And you look even stupider. Because people can tell. They may love you anyway, but they still know you stupid. I'm sorry, you dumb. Because who does that? And it's gonna call other people toxic and stubborn and all this and that. And, you know, you're rigid as fuck. You won't even get out of your own way. And you can't even see it. It's like, you have to admit it. It's like alcoholism. I'll be back. Okay, part 3 and hopefully the final. So, I was saying about people who expect other people to see them through their garbage, or they try to hold on to you, or they try to hold on to a group of people, or old friends, or guy friends, or best friends, or sisters, or cousins, the girlfriend group that's just, you know, advocating against men and, you know, that sort of thing. One thing I love about my closest friends is they love me and they respect me enough to make the best choices for myself. Nobody knows me better than me, first of all, and because I've done a lot of inner work. So they know if I take a pause on something or I step back from something or someone, then I had no other choice. That's, you know, me honoring myself, which I will do at every turn, no matter how much it hurts, because it does hurt sometimes to honor yourself. It does, because you have to let go of people that no longer serve you, and that's hurtful, because you want to be with the people you want to be with, the person you want to be with, you know, or like a job, you know. Sometimes in order to change, you have to let a lot of shit go. And you have to realize who's for you and who isn't. And see, I actually have been the type of person that I love letting people go. Ugh, I love cutting folk out of my life. Like, oh, this ain't serving me no more. Okay, cool, bye. You know? Yeah, it gets harder when you truly, like when you're in love with someone, it gets a lot harder. And especially when you see the good in the person. And I am one of those people that just has a bleeding heart, and I love to see the good in people. I can read a person's soul signature. So how they're showing up in the 3D may not be who they really are or are meant to be, or they may not be being all of who they're meant to be. And I can see that, and that has gotten me into trouble. And so a lot of my tests in relationships and things, and even jobs, has been, are you going to tolerate this bullshit, or are you going to put yourself first? And so I had to learn how to set higher boundaries, how to say no, how to tell somebody, even was a friend, I don't like you. I don't like you as the way you are, or this friendship does not work for me. We seem to want different things. I think I'm headed somewhere else. I have elevated myself too much to where I don't think you can reach my level. So I have to just walk away. Because some people don't have the emotional intelligence to truly understand you and where you're going and what you were meant to do here. And it's unfortunate because it could be someone that, and I use love a lot because we've all loved someone. We all, we could be in love with someone right now. And it's difficult when that person does not truly even understand themselves. It's impossible to be with someone that doesn't understand themselves, or doesn't love themselves, or doesn't, because you can put yourself first in a spiritual way, where it's growth oriented, where you have decided to not let people take advantage of you. You're not listening to what your friends are saying, the friend group, the guy friends who are miserable, by the way, and single, and really want you to stay in your low vibrational place. And I say this to men a lot. Well, no, both. Because there are female friend groups that do the same thing to their female. Girl, he ain't no good. Girl, leave him alone. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He didn't do this. Well, no one is perfect, and we get that, okay? But should you leave someone for every little thing that they don't do right? Maybe not. Should you stay for them for every little thing that they talk about doing right and don't ever show up to do? No. Because, I just can't stand, you can talk, but back up that talk, right? Back it up. I have operated from a spiritual place, and it doesn't make me perfect. It doesn't mean, I'm not going to cuss. None of that. Okay? If y'all can forgive a murderer, the C way, then you can forgive a person who curses. And if it bothers you that much, it's because you can't control it. And you should just exit stage left. Like, just go. Because I'm not going to change for you. It's not happening. Perfectly fine. Okay? I have a very, 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 very strong relationship with my spirits, my spirit guides. Yes, we have more than one. Okay? How can I prove it to you? I can't. It's a belief, which is my religion. Look it up. That's what the definition of religion is. It is a set of beliefs, or a system of beliefs. So whatever you believe, if you believe that tree can heal you, that's your religion. Okay? You can go out and hug trees, and you're seeing all these videos and stuff about how important it is for trees to hug you. There's this fly, y'all, that has been next to my phone for recording. This is like I'm going on 30 minutes. Flies run from you. This fly landed on my leg, and he just sat there kind of doing his thing, and I'm like, okay, hey, what do you want? Insects love to come around me and just hang out. I've had a praying mantis, all kinds of shit that you don't normally see just kind of hang out around me, but this fly, he won't leave. It won't leave. And I think it's a monitoring spirit. It's somebody that's like trying to hear me right now. I know who it is, but I'll just leave it, and I'm going to continue to say what I'm saying. But what was I saying, y'all? Okay, this is a good reading. I'm having a good time with you guys. Even though I don't have a whole lot of watchers right now, which is fine, I'm doing it for the person that it touches. If it touches one person and they're like, I got something out of that, then I did my job. Because everybody has a place in this universe, right? And some people are not sure what their place is, and then they're already doing it. They're already helping people. They're already helping in their way, and they just don't recognize how amazing they are. You know, if you want someone to know how amazing they are, tell them. But even more than that, show them. Show them by showing up for them. But if someone asks you for these 3 things and then you ignore all 3 of them, is that love or reckless disregard? You're being reckless because you're pushing your relationship, your whatever, to the brink, to the edge. And I don't respect people who constantly push people to the edge and then when they're about to fall, they reach for them and grab them back. Oh no, I don't want you to fall, I don't want you to go. That gets tiring. It is emotionally draining, and it is unhealthy, and it is a very toxic cycle that you need to stop. Stop dragging people down. Stop expecting people to understand you when you're not even understandable. You're impossible to understand right now because you're not even doing the right things. You're not saying the right things or thinking the right things or showing up in the right way. How is someone supposed to know you when you barely show up? You show up for 5 minutes and then you're gone for 5 months, 5 days, 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's delusional, you know, what people expect sometimes. Like, you know, how do you expect anything in life, really, to show up for you if you're not showing up for you? You know, if you have been asked to do certain things, to move in a certain way, to choose a certain person, to quit this job and start this business, to quit this job and go apply at this company, to let this friendship go because it's toxic and it's draining you and you don't even really, you just can't see it, that you are codependent on low vibrational energies, and that you put yourself in that position and now you have got to work twice as hard to get out of it. This is the reason why I like to let people go, because I don't want to do that to myself. I absolutely love myself. I am absolutely gobsmacked with myself. You know, sorry you guys. I love recording outside because I love nature and I love the sounds. So bear with me, but I don't mind that sound. But like, how? You know, you have got to do the inner work. Not because you feel like it on a Tuesday, but every freaking day. You know? And again, I'm always going to use love, because that is the biggest thing that we're all dealing with. Relationships with another person, but the relationship with yourself has to start. You have got to have a strong foundation built within yourself of knowing how you are, how you handle certain things. And if it's linear, a lot of times that doesn't work with someone who's highly spiritual and a free spirit, because you're rigid. You don't have any room to grow, because you're like, no, this is my lane and I'm staying in it. I don't care what you say. You're not the boss of me. No one's trying to be the boss of you. Somebody might just be trying to love you and let you be free. But they want the love back. Should I do another one? Okay, you guys, I'm starting to sweat. So I think I gotta go in and take another shower before I go to work. Anyway, and I think I was also, in the beginning, I was talking about like how to basically rebuild a relationship. Fellas, ladies, the only way to rebuild a relationship is to set a foundation. If you cannot come in with a practical plan that includes the other person in that plan, not you just talking about you and your future and what you want to do and how you want to do this with your people, and that person's like, well, I thought I was your people. I thought I was your people too. Like, what about me? You've not mentioned anything about that person. You can't expect them to wait around, because what are they waiting for? You've not even included them. You just want them there. You know, a lot of people will treat you like a charging port because you have a light, and a light attracts a lot. Light attracts darkness. It attracts flies, moths, bugs, nasty insects that are not your friend that will bite you. Okay, so I'm saying you have to be, when you have a lot of light, you have to be extremely discerning, because not everybody means you well. Not every person that comes in and says they love you means it, because love requires sacrifice, love requires showing up, love requires doing the work, love requires even fighting sometimes. But as long as you're fighting reasonably to and you're both fighting toward this goal together, then yeah, sometimes you're gonna fight. And if anybody doesn't want to fight with you, they're like, oh, it just, it's supposed to show up and be perfect. They're being delusional, and they're just trying to disconnect because it's a way out. Give it to them. Let them go. Okay, cool. Go find something easier and see if it feels like love to you. Because love is hard. It's challenging. It will push you to the brink, to where you wanna just, you know what I'm saying? You just wanna bash their skull in. But also, that same love backs you up off of them, like, you know what? Okay, this is how you want it? Because no one should ever have to sit around and wait to be loved when someone is telling them they love them. That is not something that takes 6 weeks, 6 hours, 6 days. Every moment you have with a person, you have to show them that you love them. Whether it's through a text message, whether it's through consistency, whether it's through calling. If someone is asking you for the bare minimum and you can't even give them that, you're not their person, and they're wasting their time. That's the same at a job. If the job is asking you for certain things and you like that job, I'm saying if you like the job, if you love the job and you want to keep the job, why would you not show up? It's like going into work late all the time, making excuses. Oh, traffic. Okay, well, there's traffic, so why didn't you just leave a little earlier? Well, I did. Then leave a little earlier than a little earlier. You leave 2 hours in advance if you have to. But there are people who they have this wall. They have these limits. No, I am rigid on this. I'm not doing that. You're not the boss of me. That's a person who can't control anything in their life. And they're so scared that everyone is trying to control them. Everything is trying to control them, that they have analysis paralysis, because they're like, oh, I gotta think this through. I gotta solve this problem. There are no fucking problems. You made them. You made all this dumb shit happen. It's not a problem though. It's just something that you need to say, okay, enough. I'm done with this rigid behavior. I'm done with these games. I'm done with my childishness. I am not this person. I am this person. And then you need to go forward being that new fucking person. It's just that simple. And then people are like, oh, it's easier said than done. Okay, well, obviously it is, because that's what you keep fucking saying. And this very person will be, sometimes these people will get on other people and judge them and be like, oh, don't think like that. Like, what? Check your life, ma'am. Check your life, sir. You think like this. This is the reason why your life is the way that it is. But they want to tell other people how to live their lives. How the fuck can you give somebody else advice about thinking positively and going forward with your best and this, that, and the third, and you don't do it with the people around you? You keeping low vibrational friends around you, and because you need them, or because when everybody pisses you off, those are the ones that are there. Of course they are, because you are back down where they are. If you ever noticed, like, some people where, okay, and I'm talking to you, whoever this is looking at this, where you get a little bit ahead and then you get pulled back and you're in the same position with your same group of broke ass friends who are broke minded and do nothing but drink and smoke on the weekend or hang out and screw over guys for money and F women and go get wings and fries, and they think they've done something, or you want to be captain, whatever, captain, save somebody, but you can't save yourself. These people, you know what? I don't even know what to say. It's like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you think, the universe agrees. If you feel like someone is not good enough for you, or this job isn't good enough for you, this car isn't good enough for you, this amount of money you want isn't good enough for you, and I mean, be reasonable. Don't sit here falling for these damn gurus online, on YouTube especially, who tell you, manifest $300,000 overnight. Don't be that fucking stupid. You're daft if you believe that shit. Now, could it happen? Yes, sure it could. It's a 1 in a million chance though. And there's 1 in a million people that it happens to. Look on TV, find that lottery winner. It happened to them. Will it happen to you? Maybe. If you're doing, but people are like, oh, I just want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery. They ain't played a day in a damn life. You gotta play a little bit in life, you know. And if you can't, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this to men because I think this is mostly you guys. When you can't compartmentalize, no, anybody. When you cannot compartmentalize fun from the heavy shit, I don't know what you're expecting other people to deal with you, because you can. You know, the same way you compartmentalize to go out to work and make your money is the same way you can compartmentalize and say, oh, okay, now it's time to put on my boyfriend hat, my girlfriend hat. You know, I'm done dealing with the world. This person makes me feel safe and sane and beautiful and sexy inside. I want to talk to this person. Not just to solve some shit for you. Give something back. To say thank you. Thank you for showing up as you. Thank you for my gift. But there are ignorant, dumbass people who will literally slap God in the face when given a gift and go, I don't want that shit. I don't need that. I got me. I got my boys. My 2 drunk boys. My 3 drunk friends. My 5 girlfriend group that we go on girls trip together. We get over on men for money. I got that. Look at your life. Has it been serving you? And then someone will come along and actually love you through your own bullshit, and you'll have the audacity to put up walls and show a lack of trust. But you turn around and you trust these raggedy ass people in your life who mean you no good, because you're too low vibrational to realize you're low vibrational, to raise your vibration long enough to get out of your own way. If you don't raise your vibration, you're never going to have what you want, because it will never equal to who you are being on the inside. And some people will go out here and they will put on a brave face and they put on a good front and they'll wear a mask. Oh, I got it together. I got all these followers. I got this. I got that. That shit don't mean a fucking thing with spirit. Spirit, the law of the universe, don't give 2 fucks about your fucking followers or about you being around celebrities or hanging around people, you know, with money. If you're not seeing yourself that way, you can have all the accolades you want off of social media and from other raggedy ass low vibrational people. It doesn't mean a damn thing if you are not doing anything within yourself to reach that level yourself. And I'm not talking about to get the accolades and the pats on the back from other people. I'm talking about to solidly show up as this person that other people can trust and depend on. You cannot build trust where you have not built trust. Okay? It takes time and consistency to build trust with anyone